and welcome to the Football Only guys and welcome back here to the channel guys. Finally the European Cup is back. Yes guys, the Champions League is finally back after 5 months of break. Who would have think that we have to wait for 5 months for the return of the second leg? What are your thoughts, Siddharth?
Yeah, I'm excited as well, and I'm sure you fans around the world will also be looking ahead to it. And the UEFA Champions League, the ultimate showdown for the top European clubs, is about to begin after 5 months.
What are your thoughts, Nikhil, about it?
I feel you, bro. I am very excited for this. It will be like a cure for all the football fans during this pandemic, and we are hoping to see a lot of interesting matches within these 2 weeks. As well as we can't forget that it's the biggest football tournament at present, and waiting for so long has made the fans more excited.
So we will move ahead. Let me remind you guys, PSG, Atletico Madrid, RP Leipzig and Atlanta are already through to the quarterfinals. Now we will move ahead with the UCL draw. What are your thoughts, Siddharth?
Yeah, now as we know, draws for all the matches ahead is done, and we have some interesting facts about it, and I'm sure many would have seen it and observed it as well. Now, the two paths that will lead us to the final has two sets of teams. In one path, you don't have a single UCL winner, and on the other, you will have some hefty title holders. So it's going to be some clash ahead. And what are your thoughts about the return of UCL, Nikhil?
I totally agree with what Siddharth said, and there's a lot of competition between the teams in the round of 16. No one will qualify so easily, and every team has to give its best.
So let's get to our first match, that is Lyon versus Juventus. The match will start on 1900 hours on 7th of August. What are your thoughts, Nikhil?
It will be a roller coaster ride to watch, as the first leg was so interesting and full of thrillers, and Leo is coming back into action after 5 months. It's like a new season for them, so it will be difficult for them as they missed competitive football for so long. But one positive point is that their main striker Memphis Depay, who was injured for rest of the season due to an ACL injury, is back in action. Lyon will be confident for this game as they didn't concede any goals against PSG in their last game. And if you look head to head, Lyon just beat Juventus for the first time ever in the first leg. On the other hand, Juventus have won the Serie A title this time in the last week, but they were not so convincing in it, and the pressure is on them as they are losing on aggregate by a goal. According to me, Lopes will start on the goal for Lyon, and in defense there will be Marcelo and Denayer as they've been doing well together. Then, Cornet should play as left midfielder with De Bois on the right. Anderson, Trossard and Bruno should be playing as midfielder as they were able to make a lot of chances in the first leg, and especially Trossard should play a little ahead and try to score as he did in the first leg. Depay will play a key role and should be accompanied by Ikambi as forwards. Now, coming to Juventus lineup, we'll not see a lot of changes there, and as usual, Szczesny will be there with his gloves on. Danilo will be playing right back with Alexandro on the left, and Bonucci will be there with the young talent De Ligt as centre defense. There has been some issues with the defense after the break as they've conceded 19 goals in 15 matches, so they should try not to concede any goal in this match. Otherwise, it would be difficult for them to move ahead in the competition. Then, Bentancur will be there as right midfielder, Rabiot as left midfielder, and Pjanic will play in the centre. Their main motive should be to create more and more chances for the forward players. Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing in his usual position, that is left winger, and will be supported by Cuadrado from right wing and Dybala at centre. They have got the most important job to do, that is to score goals. And what to say about Ronaldo? He has been in his best form for the whole season, and we all know that he is a player of big matches, and he has been a master of matches like this. So we hope that he scores and Juventus qualify for the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I agree with Nikhil. Leon has a certain advantage of one goal, and they have their main striker Depay back from ACL injury, so they will have a certain type of advantage. But I think Leon will play some kind of deep game. They will start from deep. They will have a good defense so that there will be no space for Ronaldo, but we all know what are Juventus capable of doing in UCL and what is Ronaldo capable of doing in UCL. We have already seen in last year against Atletico Madrid, what a match, what a hat trick by Ronaldo. We all know what he is capable of doing. He's one of the greatest player of all time, and I think he can turn the table. Now let's get to our second match, that is Man City versus Real Madrid. What are your thoughts, Siddharth?
Yeah, Manchester City clinched 2-1 first leg victory, and that too in the away leg, playing in the Santiago Bernabeu. Madrid scored first in the first leg through Isco, but then City made a brilliant comeback through Gabriel Jesus' header and Kevin De Bruyne's penalty. And we know one thing from that first leg match, that Sergio Ramos got a late red card which suspends him for this second leg. Now, this match was postponed from 17th March due to COVID-19 pandemic, and the rule changes that have been introduced for this season are, I mean, particularly I don't know them completely as well. Now the winners will play Juventus or Lyon in quarterfinals, which is scheduled for Lisbon knockout tournament. Now if we look at the head-to-head, Manchester City just clinched their first ever victory against Real Madrid in their first leg earlier this season. Real Madrid have the lead in 2 wins and with 2 draws. The match will be played in the Manchester's home stadium, the City of Manchester Stadium, and it would be a good to watch. And I think it will be the best match of the remaining fixtures of the round of 16, because Real Madrid, since the restart of the football after the pandemic, have indeed won all of their matches that they have played. And Manchester City have been a pretty abject performance. They have won on some occasions, and if they've won with a good goal margin. But there have been some matches which they have lost, and their last competitive match was indeed a loss against Arsenal, that too a 2-goal loss. So yeah, Manchester would be very, very precautive, but they know that Sergio Ramos, their captain, is not available, and they will try to take profit of that situation. Now, if we look at the lineups, we know the Brazilian shortstopper Edison would start on the goal as usual, because Claudio Bravo is mainly for the FA Cups and all. And in the defense, the position where Manchester City has been struggled a lot this season, because their attack has been imminent, because their 100 goals in Premier League this season displays that. So in the defense, I think Fernandinho and Laporte, because Fernandinho brings an experience, so he would be surely a starter for Manchester City. Now left back Benjamin Mendy is suspended because of 2 yellow cards count in the UCL. So I believe Joao Cancelo will start in the left back position and Kyle Walker in the right back. Now the fox in the box, or the deep lying playmaker Rodri, would play as the defensive midfielder alongside Phil Foden and the Kevin De Bruyne, who will actually might be the captain of the team. And Kevin De Bruyne's performance in the first leg was absolutely enormous, and because of his performance, Manchester City clinched the victory. Now, moving up front, Sergio Aguero is still out because of the knee injury, as confirmed by the Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola, and they have options wide. So Sergio Aguero is out, so his replacement Gabriel Jesus would start in front as in the first leg. And Raheem Sterling, after the restart of the football, he has been in absolute amazing form, an absolute amazing touch. So he will start in the left wing position. Right wing position is where there was some work doing, because Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, who will start. But according to me, and according to the recent matches that Manchester City have played, I think Bernardo Silva will get upper hand, and he might get substituted in between as well. Now moving ahead to Real Madrid, who has started the campaign after the pandemic in an absolutely amazing way, winning all the matches that they have played, and they will be looking to continue this form in Champions League and win yet another title in yet another amazing fashion. Now moving to the away team, that is Real Madrid. I mean, they have been in the super form after the restart of the footballing tournament. Now the winning of their La Liga title, they turned the tide around from Barcelona, and they just won it. And even Lionel Messi praised Real Madrid's comeback after the uh, COVID-19 pandemic. Now let's discuss about their starting 11 that would be they would be liked by Zinedine Zidane. Now at the goal, the award winner Thibaut Courtois, who's been in immense form this season, and he found his best goalkeeper form this season. With in the defense, he would be accompanied by Rafael Varane and Adam Militao, and on the flanks, in the left flank, it would be Ferland Mendy, and on the right, it would be Daniel Carvajal. Casemiro would be the defensive midfielder alongside Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, who would be the playmaker, playing the ball to the Karim Benzema. On the left flank, I mean, there was a choice between Eden Hazard and Marco Asensio, but I think Eden Hazard is going to start the game with Vinicius Junior on the right flank and Marco Asensio, who would most probably come after 50 minutes to bring in the new energy because Real Madrid needs to do some tough job because they are trailing just by one goal on the aggregate system. But if you look close, they have been trailing by two away goals. So they need to at least score two goals to have any chance of qualifying ahead. And Manchester City, who are not good defensively, they will try to attack Real Madrid as well. So it would be a good encounter to watch, and Real Madrid needs to do some job at Manchester City Stadium.
Yeah, I totally agree with Siddharth. He said that Real Madrid is already trailing by two goals, and they are two important away goals, which are very, very important in UCL fixtures we have already seen in past. And the way Real Madrid are playing La Liga, I think it will be very difficult for City to hold them. But I know City can do it because they have got the greatest mind in football, that is Pep Guardiola. He must have think about Real Madrid. He has lot of time to think about Real Madrid. He must be tracking their process in La Liga. So I think Man City can do it, but be aware of Real Madrid because you all know how they are dangerous in UCL. What are your thoughts, Nikhil?
I think midfielders will play a key role in the match, and it's gonna be difficult for them to play without their one of the most successful players of the decade. I hope that Eden Hazard is back in action, and it's important for Benzema to score goals as he's been in a brilliant form this season. It's gonna be difficult for them, but it's not impossible as they've been winning a lot of games after the break and gained a lot of confidence after being crowned as the champions of Spain.
So let's take prediction, guys. First for Juventus versus Lyon. What are your prediction, Nikhil?
According to me, Juventus will win by 2-0 and will qualify for the quarterfinals.
Siddharth.
For me, it's going to be a 2-1 draw, and Lyon will go further.
Yeah, I agree with Siddharth, but it will be 2-1 for Lyon. So now let's go for the second match, Man City versus Real Madrid. Nikhil, what are your thoughts?
I think Manchester City will lose the match by 1-3.
Okay, Siddharth.
It's going to be yet another one draw, and Manchester City going away in the aggregate goals.
Okay, I think it will be 3-1 for Man City and they will go ahead for quarterfinals.